You went to DreamHack Tours France with Stige. Looking back on that tournament, like how did you rate your performance? I know like day one you did really well. You beat Liquid 2 to top your group, and then I guess the next day you didn't have as much success. I guess looking back at the whole tournament, like how did you think you did? Like were you happy with your performance? Just reflect back on the tournament.
Yeah, look, overall I'd say we weren't happy with our performance. I guess like the first day we were happy after we topped our group and made it through, but the second day, you know, we lost both of our games. One of the games we lost by 1 frag. So yeah, I think, you know, we both wanted to do better than we did. Maybe, I don't know, we just weren't as prepared as we should have been, which kind of, maybe that's what caught us out. We weren't in that kind of high pressure tournament scenario when we were in practice and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, look, I think we needed to experience what it was like to play against the best teams in the world, at least once on like a LAN condition. So like while I'd say we're not happy with the result that we got, like obviously it's always about improving yourself, and that's what that tournament probably did for us. And just the way we've learned about the play styles and stuff like that, we can practice that now, like in our scrims and stuff like that. So look, like I said, you know, we're not happy with the result, but we are happy that we learn how we can improve ourselves, and that's really what you want to do. So hopefully the next tournament will be bigger and better.
And just looking at the meta of DreamHack Tours, was all Visor, Galena mostly, a couple of off-meta picks, but they were the two prominent ones. And now this tournament, QuakeCon, we're doing bans. Like, how do you feel about the banning of a champion and the meta in general?
I mean, I like where the meta's at. All of the medium characters are pretty much playable, and that they are my favourite characters. So I'm pretty happy to see like Ranger's going to be back in. You're going to get to see some big dire role plays and stuff like that. The meta, like, I like the banning of champions simply because, like, even if it's not an overpowered character, let's say, there's just certain characters you don't enjoy the playstyle against them. Like, I don't know, for example, personally, me, like against Clutch. And having that ability to just ban it out just means, like, you know, you don't have to worry about the things that you don't enjoy playing against. So, you know, it's kind of like a comfort thing where you basically just say, oh, you know what, I don't know how to play against this character. Ban him, alright, cool. We've prepped for every other character, we should be good to go. So I actually do like the ban option, but yeah, I mean, the meta in general is probably the best it's been, in my opinion, because it's kind of like, if you are really good on any champion in this like meta, you can make them work pretty much, so, in my opinion, so... yeah, I'm pretty keen to see how it plays out. I think we're going to see a lot of different picks, a lot of different bans depending on teams. Like, really, that's the biggest thing, because if you're able to, let's say for example, someone practices a certain champion this whole time, thinking, oh, it's not going to get banned, and then it gets banned against you, and you've just practiced something for absolutely nothing. It's a whole game changer. So I'm really interested to see how the tournament plays out with it, and yeah, it should be really like good, especially for like teams who have practiced multiple scenarios. So.
And the tournament itself has changed format. Obviously at DreamHack Tours we had this awkward kind of groups with the numbers of teams, and now QuakeCon's just going to be a straight up double elim. I guess, what format do you prefer?
I mean, I do prefer double elim because sometimes it's just like, especially for people, let's say like us traveling from Australia, you can have jet lag and stuff like that, and you know, maybe you play a game and it's just not your best effort, and having a double elim means you can kind of have that one where, you know, you lose concentration a bit, your game goes off and you just get beaten, and at least you've got a second chance to come back into it. So I think for people like us coming from overseas, like, you know, 17 hours travel time, we're going to be like probably stuffed when the tournament starts, so just having that kind of fallback is always a good thing. So I do definitely prefer having a double elimination tournament. Like if they do it the same way as tours, where they do groups into double elimination, like I'd be happy with that result as well, because really it's the best of both worlds, and I think honestly it gives more viewing as well, so that's probably a big benefit as well, because yeah, you get to watch more games back of like all the top players. So yeah, I hope honestly they run it the same way they did at tours, and it would be good if they did anyways, but yeah, I do definitely prefer like having a double elim in there.
Now, obviously, we get a lot of criticism in Australia because of, there's not a lot of high level players or whatever. How do you feel like your practice and your practice opponents, your practice games, and your preparation in general? How do you feel it's all coming together?
I think the preparation like this time around has gone a lot better because we've had like, let's say, more practice time, and there's still weeks to go until the tournament. So I definitely think it's better now. Obviously, it's pretty hard because no one else like really wants to play against us on 200 ping in America, which sucks. But like obviously, just the fact that these other top teams can play against us and improve off of that obviously makes them better, which in turn then makes us better. So yeah, it's like the longer we play 2 versus 2 and the better we get, the better all the other players will get that practice against us, and we'll be able to keep like kind of raising our skill level. So I think this time around we're going to be more prepared than we were last time, and because last time really we were just trying to destroy everyone with our railgun, but this time we're going to add double G in there, so it should be good.
Alright, and have you watched much international games? Is there any opponents you're looking out for or you want to come up against?
I've been watching like a lot of TDM play, especially on like Rafa's channel and Dahang's channel. A little bit of the like Go for QC stuff, and yeah, pretty much every night I would watch a couple of hours, I'd say. It's good preparation in my opinion, maybe even better so than practice. And yeah, like there's no teams I'm in particular worried about. Like every team at this tournament is going to be insanely good, so they all pose a threat to us. But I'd say there's more teams that I'm keen to play against. Like we haven't had the chance to play against Team Liquid, and like yeah, really, I just want to see what how good they are, what we're up against, how well we do against them. Like really, that's just the heart of competition. You want to play against the best. So are we keen to play against them? Are we keen to play against Tox and Claws, Zdron and Silencev, Sparty, Razy? I mean, I don't even know the rest of the teams, but they're just sums that pop into my head that I'm keen to play against. So I mean, it's always just about you want to see, I guess, how good you are compared to everyone else. So hopefully this time around we can do that.
And what are your expectations for you and Stage coming into the tournament? Like, what would you be happy with getting?
I think like because of the time and practice I put in, I've been like preparing like I would for a dual tournament more so. Whereas the last time around I was kind of just going in to shoot and practice our aim and stuff and twos. I'd be like obviously I'd be happy with like top 4. That's pretty much what I want to get, because like I think like I said, every team at this competition is going to pose a challenge, and if you come top 4, you've been maybe 18 or 16 of the best teams in the world. Like that would be a good feeling for me. So top 4 is definitely what I'd be happy with. But obviously, like just with the nature of this tournament, I guess it's also good if we just get anywhere in the top 16. So yeah, obviously the stretch goal will be top 4. I mean, stretch goal will be number 1. But yeah, the top 4 would be what I'd say me and Stage would be happy with.
And finally, we'll just say, now you've played so much Quake, you've overseas, internationally won tournaments, locally won tournaments. What has been your favourite thing that you've done in the game that you just like, that's like the most memorable moment?
Jeez. I don't. It's a tough question. Like there has been a number of moments that I really did enjoy. I'm gonna go with just like 2 in-game moments. So the first one is going to be how I made it through to the round of like the top 8 basically at DreamHack Sweden. I was playing against Sparty on Corrupted Keep, and I hit a rocket as he came up the jump pad from machine gun, and I jumped over and like I shot a rocket down and pressed invis, and I don't know, it like glitched out of the game and the rocket didn't shoot, and I went invis, and I was like, oh shit. And he runs away to Mega, goes to the power up area, and then he comes back and I just hit him in the face with a rocket. And yeah, that was probably the whole segment of play leading up to that as well, because I was 2 champions down in the last round of the last map, so it was like basically make or break. So that's probably my favourite moment, and I'm sorry to do it to Sparty because I do love him. And then yeah, the second moment was probably, I guess, I don't know, I definitely enjoyed when I was playing against Cypher on Blood Run. Like we had a pretty close game, and obviously he's a real good opponent, so I was pretty happy with just my overall performance on the map. And in particular, like when I was, he basically jumps past me from LG to Mega towards the Green Armor and the Teleporter, and hit him with a rocket that bounces him up, and then just hit like the clutch rail. That was probably, I'd say, another moment that I remember. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in games that happen that, you know, I definitely have enjoyed, and I think especially in Quake Champions, there's some plays that just, you know, like for example, Dire Orb across half a map, like that's stuff that, you know, is really like mind blowing when you get to watch it and experience it. So I'd say overall, I probably enjoy the way the highlights in Quake Champions are. So, but those are probably my two best moments and my happiest, I'd say.
And any shout outs or sponsors or whatever? Any final words?
Oh yeah, I'll give a shout out obviously to my team, who have, you know, helped me get overseas and play in these tournaments. Stage obviously is my partner. He plays for Corvidae because his big brother Nathan runs it. And look, really, yeah, they've just been a great team all around. Like, you know, they supplied me with equipment from PLE Computers, a graphics card and motherboard just to build my new rig so I can stream and stuff like that. And even when it, you know, some of the parts are broken, got warranty done for me. So honestly, I can't thank them enough. They've been really good to me, and obviously I'm just hoping I can give something back to them and you know, dominate this next tournament and yeah, go from there.